Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's the new year, 2022. In this video, we will be looking at budgeting. Seeing that it's a new year, new opportunities and new possibilities abound. So, ever wanted to do personal budgeting to guide how you spend your money? Well, you clicked on the right video. Let's get into budgeting. What is a budget, or what is budgeting? First definition, I'll provide definition 1. Business Accounting, Volume 1, 12th edition by Frank Wood and Alan Sangster defines a budget as a plan, quantified in monetary terms in advance of a defined time period, usually showing planned income and expenditure, and the capital employed to achieve a given objective. Second definition, taken from Management Accounting, Information for Decision Making and Strategy Execution, 6th edition by Anthony A. Atkinson, defines a budget as a quantitative expression of the planned money inflows and outflows that reveals whether the current operating or business plan will meet the organization's financial objectives. Third definition that I'm providing comes from Investopedia.com. Investopedia.com defines a budget as an estimation of revenue and expenses over a specified future period of time, and is usually compiled and reevaluated on a periodic basis. Budgets can be made for a person, a group of people, a business, a government, or just about anything else that makes and spends money. Simply put, a budget is your plans put on paper expressed in terms of money coming in and how it is going to be spent. That's basically what a budget is, right? Simply put, how money comes in and how money flows out. It's the simplest form, right? You're putting together a plan on paper on how you're going to spend the resources that you have made, right? And here I'm specifically speaking to cash, funds coming in. Why should you or I create a budget? Well, let me answer that. A budget allows you to see at a glance where your money goes and the inflows of cash, if done properly. If the budget is casted properly, then that's what the budget should tell you, right? Have you ever gone grocery shopping or to the market and spent more than you intended to? I'm sure that has happened to you, and you're nodding your head saying, yeah, I've done that. Well, trust me, I have experienced that. Yeah, I've done that several times. Yeah, reasons for that lies in the fact that a list wasn't done, an outline wasn't created of what's going to be purchased and the amount of money that's going to be set aside to purchase those things. How do I create a budget? That's the next natural question. How do I create a budget? I'll answer that question in providing several steps in how you create a budget. 1, you determine what the budget is for. Are you putting on an event? Are you planning to develop a project? Are you planning on putting on an event or a project that you need to set aside money for? So you'd have to put together a budget for that particular event or project. Number 2, after you would have determined what the budget is for, then number 2, you'd need to write down all the sources of your funds that you're going to be drawing on to facilitate the event or activity. So you need to record the source of these funds, whether it be salary or side hustle or a gift that you've received from family or friends. Number 3, You need to write down all the expenses now related to that project or event or activity. In the case of a monthly budget, that's for your personal monthly budget for your home, right? You need to be recording now expenses such as electricity bill, water bill, your grocery bill, what does that look like? Your gas bill, cost of lunch for the week, internet bill, and any other expenditure that you know of, right? So those things, you need to record that. That's in step 3. And then step 4 now, the final phase, yes, where you organize the information that you would have put together in steps 2 and 3. So all the information that you would have put on paper, you would have jotted down in steps 2 and 3. You organize that in this step 4 to now organize the budget into useful information that you can look at and use, right? Just take it in a few minutes. See my example of a budget. Just take a few minutes and look at it. So the steps that I have outlined. The monthly inflow in this example, it was monthly salary and gifts received from friends and families. And then look at the outflows, right? This is just a guide, right? The electricity bill, water bill, internet, and so on. And in my example, I've ended up with a surplus, right? You see my surplus there of $19,500. So let's take a look. Step 5. To get much more out of the drafting of our budget is to do an actual column. This would be done after the budget would have been crafted. You would have crafted the budget and actually done the spending now. So remember, the budget is basically putting on paper future expenditures, right? What you plan to do, how you plan to spend your resources. So the actual column now is going to be after the event would have occurred, or after your monthly expenditure. So the beginning of the other month now, so you're putting in what you have actually spent now. So you're matching that against the budget that you would have casted the period before. So that is useful for comparison. So comparison between budget and actual, and then from that comparison, you can identify patterns. So that's budgeting in a nutshell. Budget. So for 2022, let's incorporate the use of budget in our day-to-day lives to help us to better plan our expenditure and plan our spending, set goals, and utilize budgets to actualize those goals. So, if you found what I have presented here to you useful and informative, then please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, your suggestions of other videos that I could do that would be useful to you. So over and out.